Alrighty, we are back, and today I want to be talking about the next Dokkanfest exclusive that will be coming to Global and JP at the same time. As you guys know, we are fully synced at this point, except for version updates for some reason. Don't really know why they have to delay those. I guess it's because like the Japanese game, like they get them first, and then there has to be like translations that get moved over and things like that, and that's probably why, right? So that is why, but we have not a ton to go off of here for what potentially the next Dokkanfest could be. So what I'm going to do is take a look at a few categories and then sort of just talk about units that I would like to see sort of get buffs, because it's been a while since we've seen them get like updates and things like that. And yeah, let me know down below who you guys would like for the next Dokkanfest exclusive in the game. It should be a pretty universal thing that this could be the bee's knees of a character and you should not be summoning, right? We are getting dangerously close to the anniversary, only a little over 60 days away, if you really want to put a number to it, right? So you can count down the hours, if you will. But we are starting to get close, right? So you got to be careful with your Dragon Stones. But first and foremost, I think that something from the Future Saga could be appropriate, right? The Future Trunks and Future Vegeta like story event, the Future Gohan story event has sort of reran. And it's been a while since we've seen some of the Future Saga stuff that wasn't from like GDC, right? Like potentially a new Trunks character. It's been a while since we've seen a Trunks from the Future Saga, right? Like Super Trunks was 2023. This was a banner unit in 2024. And during GDC, we did not see like a new Trunks, right? Like this was who we got for it. And then the TURs with the banner units was not Trunks, right? Who was the banner unit for GDC? Why am I blanking? It was was it Champa? No, the Dokkanfest was the Future Saga character. Who the hell was the banner unit? Why am I blanking on this? Was it Champa? I think it was Champa. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta know. Who the hell was the banner unit? One of you is just like screaming right now. Like, it was Champa. It was Champa. Jack! It's off. Don't do it. What do we got? Where the hell is this banner, dude? It was Champa. Yeah, okay. See, your boy's right. Like, why do I second guess myself so often? But someone from the Future Saga, right? I think that this could be kind of fun. Maybe like a new Trunks, maybe like a new Zamasu, like a base Zamasu or something like that. Potentially Gohan Black if they really want to get freaky with it, right? I think that could be something kind of fun. But you just never know with these things. So I feel like something from the Future Saga could be kind of fun. This would transition into some nice EZAs that could potentially come up with this AGL Trunks right here, as well as the tech androids. We know that these two characters are some highly touted EZAs at this point, just due to the fact that they came out in late 2021 and we are now in 2025, and we have 2022 characters that have gotten their EZA, like Trunks and Vegeta came out after both of these units, and they are EZA'd at this point. So like, you know, it's just how this stuff goes, right? So it's like, I could definitely see them potentially getting their EZA. Trunks and Infusion Zamasu also got his EZA. So it's like, it's only a matter of time before we see something from the Future Saga that isn't like the main Goku Black and like Blue Goku and stuff like that. So maybe potentially like a My Dokkanfest or something like that. You just never know. But I think Future Saga could be something kind of fun for the next Dokkanfest. But something that's interesting, and you know, players have been talking about, is what if we go over to the crossover stuff? Now, before you think I'm going to be coping for Dragon Ball Heroes, no, that is not the case. I think that we could see a crossover character that is not specifically like, you know, from a like the Heroes IP or anything like that. I think a character like Android 21 could potentially get another Dokkanfest. Majin 21, like the evil version, it's been a while since we've seen that. Where is 21 down here? The STR version is the one I'm looking for. Right here, right? Like this version of Android 21, it definitely has like fanfare, right? A lot of people like Android 21. Not sure why, but she is a fan. Like people like Android 21, right? And this Dokkanfest came out in 2018. So like an evil 21, I think could be an interesting, you know, prospect for a Dokkanfest at this point, like November, sort of a skippable Dokkanfest, if you will. I think Android 21 would fit into that category pretty well. But like obviously there's so much stuff with heroes in here, and then like maybe something from like Xenoverse just got like a pretty big update. Maybe they gave us like a Toa or a Mira or something like that. I highly doubt we'd get a Dokkanfest Mira or Toa, but like, you know, it's the same thing with Toa, right? Like we've seen plenty of heroes units for her because the demon goddess form, right? Like this was obviously, you know, a pretty like popular character at the time. You know, like people are a pretty big fan of this unit. And like she could obviously I think at this point, like she was a major player in Xenoverse 2, right? Like I think she could easily be a Dokkan Fest. And people would be like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but I think it could work out too. So something from the crossover category I think could work out pretty well for a Dokkan Fest. And I just really like, it's tough right now, right? Because what we've been focusing on, especially in the last couple of weeks, has been the demonic power category. So I would imagine that demonic power, if they're going to get a buff, it would be indirect. It would not be like intentionally designed for that. But if we just take a look at some of the sagas, right? Like what's a saga we haven't touched in a while, right? Like Shadow Dragon, we're good on Shadow Dragon, right? Maybe something from the Tournament of Power, but we've gotten a lot of Tournament of Power stuff like towards the beginning of the year. Saiyan Saga, I think definitely could use some stuff, right? Like this is a category that does not get buffs often, right? Like we have these EZAs, and then the last characters we've really seen that are like non-manga like celebration characters, right? The last Dokkan Fest we got for Saiyan Saga was Gohan and Piccolo here, who was 2023. Raditz obviously was 2022. Yamcha was 2022. So maybe a Saiyan Saga Dokkan Fest, right? Like maybe something for Nappa, or like maybe we get another Raditz, right? Like the redemption tour for Raditz could be something that we potentially see. I would be okay with that at this point if we were to see that, because there's just not a lot going on there with Saiyan Saga, and getting buffs for it I think would be pretty nice, just because it's not something that we see extremely, extremely often. And there's just a lot to work with here, right? When we talk about like who it could potentially be, and I think that is sort of like, you know, a really fun part of it. So I think 21 could be something interesting. And this saga is something like, again, Saiyan Saga is not something that we get a ton of buffs for like frequently. So if they wanted to give us a Dokkan Fest and like a banner unit here. And then the problem with Saiyan Saga, though, is like the EZAs, right? It would be the like if we got like a Nappa Dokkan Fest and then the EZA was for our boy Raditz, like the Raditz EZA, I think would do pretty crazy. Like it would go kind of crazy, right? Maybe the Saiyan Saga Goku and Piccolo could get their EZA. The Raditz EZA is something I'm so here for, because like I am so ready for his redemption arc to be like iconic, legendary, every sense of the word. I'm pretty excited to see. So I think that could definitely be something that we see in the future. But again, it is definitely not a guarantee. But Saiyan Saga, I think, really could be pretty interesting. So this is definitely something that's on my list. I would be excited for Saiyan Saga, but we'd have to wait and see. Again, you have to keep in mind that these are probably not going to be like the pinnacle of hype for Dokkan Fests, right? So what else do we have in here that like could use buffs? Like what was the last time we saw for Boo? What was the last thing we saw for Boo Saga? Was it Vegito? So for Boo Saga, no, it was the Gohan Goten Trunks, right? And then when we look at TURs here, like this Videl, yeah, Boo Saga I think has been plenty covered in 2025, so like we don't really need anything there. It's this is such a tough spot, right? Because it's just like you have to think about like who hasn't gotten something in a really long time. Android 17, I think that could be something kind of interesting as well. When we look at 17, what was the last unit we got with 17? The free-to-play character right here, right? What would be the easiest way to do this if we just go to cards and then we just type in 17, right? That'll probably be the quickest way to do this. You silly. We go boom, boom. Android 17 and 18, I guess. Yeah, so Super 17, right? His EZA was like the most recent thing. But when you look at the TUR scene for Android 17, like I wouldn't even hate if we got an updated like Tournament of Power Android 17, right? Like this one, I guess this is kind of something that would count. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like Android 17 could be a fun choice, right? Like it's been a while since we've seen like a high quality Android 17 in the game. I feel like that was like not up here, right? Like it's like Tournament of Power, like we're just talking like Z17, I think could be kind of fun, or maybe like Z18. Those two units I think could be a good time, right? Like then these could potentially get their EZA, right? If they really wanted to, they could double down and do like the EZA for these two at the same time, both of like the Android 17 Dokkan Fest exclusive characters. I think that this would be sort of a fun little shout here, or MVP 17 from the Tournament of Power. I'm always a fan of that one, but again, I don't think it's going to be super likely that we see something like that. And I'm sort of just thinking of characters here because because there's just not much going on in the game right now. I guess there's that burst mode. If you guys want to see a guide for that burst mode, I definitely can do it, but typically the burst mode videos don't do like the best, but maybe I should just upload it for the love of the game, if you will. I think that might be the play there. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now for Dokkanfest exclusives. Not too much to go off of right now, but again, that's just sort of the way that it is like during this time of year, like the late November Dokkanfest, if you want to look at like what the schedule would be slated to be. So if we've done this a few times now, if we go to like right here, and then we go, I think it's like page 10. If we go right here, we can look at the end of last year. So from the Black Friday things here, we had like the hero stuff. And then if we go to the next page, we have something at the end of the month. So there will be an end of the month Dokkanfest. It will likely be a 10 featured unit banner here. With Pity, and then last year was hard focused on mostly the Buu Saga here. There is a ton of Buu Saga in this banner, and this is probably ultimately what it would end up looking like. So we will be having a Dokkanfest exclusive likely at the end of next week. So this week for content is going to be a little bit different. Your boy is going out of town because Thanksgiving is this week in the United States, and I will not be here from Wednesday to Saturday or maybe late Friday. So you're going to see some scheduled content. So let me know what type of videos you would like to see. I'm thinking about doing like what I'm thankful for and kind of giving you guys like the community a shout out. And we will be doing a rating viewer teams video this week as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think the next Dokkanfest will be in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching this one. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.